This video is going to focus on two more of the modifiers practice bubbles. We're going to be looking at interpreting both misplaced and dangling modifiers. So let me go ahead and pull up the little lesson here. Now I mentioned in my last video that we like our modifiers to be next to the word that they're modifying, or the target word in the sentence, because it makes a lot more sense when I say, last week Gary bought a green apple. If I move green to some other part of the sentence, it can get a little bit confusing. We don't want to think that Gary maybe is green. So if you look at this one here, we have Glenn took down the shutters painting the house earlier. This makes it sound like the shutters are doing the painting of the house, not Glenn, because we want to keep these words together. So by moving it to the beginning, painting the house earlier, Glenn took down the shutters, makes the sentence a lot clearer. Here we have Lisa brought pancakes to the table doused in syrup. This makes it sound like the table is covered in syrup, not the pancakes. So sometimes we have to move our modifiers around. So we're going to start on this first bubble. And this one, you have to note, is saying, what is the sentence suggesting? Not maybe what makes logical sense, but what is the sentence making it sound like? So here we have, cold after hours chilling in the fridge, Patrick Star poked at the green Jell-O. Our modifier right here, cold after hours sitting in the fridge, is right next to Patrick Star, which is making it sound like Patrick Star has been sitting in the fridge for a few hours, not the Jell-O. So you want to click Patrick Star was chilling in the fridge. Gimli plans to eat all the eggs in the pan. So we have eggs and pan. They're next to each other. It's clear that the eggs are the ones in the pan, not Gimli. I knew that Hermione Granger would bring a cooler of healthy snacks to the barbecue. Now, we can see that healthy snacks are right next to each other. That one's pretty clear. Ted Mosby swung above the kindergartners holding onto the monkey bars. This makes it sound like the kindergartners are holding onto the monkey bars, and that Ted is somehow swinging above them. Listening to his iPod, Michael Scott gave his pet pig a bath. Because Michael Scott's right next to listening to his iPod, that's what it makes it seem like. On the tightrope, Oliver Wood stared down at the lions below. Because they're next to each other, it's clear that Oliver's the one on the tightrope. So let's do a few of the next bubble. An unusual zookeeper, Lucius Malfoy's backpack was given to the monkey. Now this makes it sound like the backpack was the unusual zookeeper. Excited for the first bite, a cherry was placed on top of William Shakespeare's sundae. This is making it seem like the cherry is the one who's excited for the first bite, which doesn't make much sense. So that's why we call that a dangling modifier, because it's in the wrong spot. Humming a song about toenails, Michael Scott didn't notice when the doorbell rang. This makes it seem like Michael Scott is doing the one humming. That's accurate, so this sentence is correct. Yelling into the microphone, Simba's ears were ringing for hours. This makes it seem like the ears were doing the yelling. On the pitcher's mound, Draco Malfoy looked for the catcher's signal. This makes it seem like Draco's the one on the pitcher's mound. That makes sense. So that's what we answer on this one. And our last question, in her convertible, the sky looked pale compared to Eowyn's blue scarf. This makes it sound like the sky is the one in the convertible because they're next to each other. I hope this was really helpful for you going on dealing with dangling modifiers. Remember on this one, it's not what makes sense in the sentence. It's based solely on location, like you're buying real estate. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.